I've got one last one, actually, here, and this is royalties thing of a Down Under, the Australian band Men at Work.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the song Down Under, where women go and men blunder. Apparently, it's a rip-off.
So, you were in musical theatre?
I will be.
When was this exactly?
I was all... I don't know that song particularly well, except the Vegemite sandwich bit, but apparently it's a rip-off of Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. Mary... Oh, I'm not allowed to sing it because of royalties. But I grew up as a kid on that, you know, and that was around that we used to sing all the time, and I had no idea, which is quite interesting, that a teacher, Marion Sinclair, wrote it in 1935.
Can I just say, how are they going to get the money out of these guys? They recorded this like 30 years ago. The money's gone.
Oh, I think it's crazy.
Millions in royalties. That song is like an Aussie national anthem. And so they've gotten millions and millions and millions.
So it is worth pursuing them.
I think it's worth pursuing, but I don't see how they're ever going to prove it.
And what's interesting is that the song was written in 1988, and it's taking them this long to try to claim, you know, justice.
Oh, yeah, of course, she died in 88, so...
OK, that's enough Australian facts, Craig. Larry, what have you got, please?
School pregnancy test for girls aged 11. This is in the Daily Mail, and it's a scheme. Some schools in Liverpool and the Wirral have actually got sort of clinics in schools to advise young girls, 11 and up, secondary schools these are, on everything from alcohol smoking to giving them pregnancy tests to sexually transmitted diseases. Of course, some people say this is encouraging people to have sex, others that you're simply trying to bring down the rate of...
to that abstinence or education debate yesterday.
Also, today's Daily Mail, John Terry, the pressure is coming down... Yes, the pressure is coming down from all the papers. Everybody seems to want to see Capello sack him.
And so that's because John Terry took out an injunction against them.
Right, well, so the papers are trying to use anything to smear him, I would say, in a way. On the front of the Mail again, Terry touts his Wembley box for £4,000. He is entitled to a subsidised box at for big games. A friend of his management apparently offered somebody at the Daily Mail the box for £4,000 and a signed England shirt. He's not allowed to sell this on, apparently.
He denies it, of course.
Of course he denies it. 3 lies on his shirt. Yet another John Terry story in the Mirror. A quote he made a while ago in a TV interview saying that the members of the English team had to be honest with each other, which I think that perhaps Wayne Bridge might be laughing slightly horsey at that
That's what they play with, isn't it, on the ground?
My favourite story of the absolute day is the wife we were talking about... the Portsmouth boss who may or may not have been to a brothel. His wife, this kind of mad woman, Sofit Grant, she's Israeli. She says she has no problem with him.
She lives in Israel as well. She doesn't even live in this country.
Yeah, she has absolutely no problem with him going to a massage parlour. It is a massage parlour, not a brothel. And in fact, she thinks he works so hard, he should have a daily massage from not one but 2 women. And in fact, she says when she comes to the UK, she's going to go with him.
Oh, I like her thinking.
She said some... I mean, the Rompy Pompey headline, I think, is a classic in itself. But, I mean, she's absolutely...
She has drunk her own urine on television.
Yes, she has.
So we have to worry about her judgment.
But she also said this...
She has drunk her own urine on television.
Well, that gives her some credibility.
They've been married for 16 years, so obviously that relationship works on some level.
It's supposed to keep you young.
Oh.
I just assumed everybody here was drinking it. What have you got, Larry?
And finally, we mentioned it a little bit. Jordan and Alex to adopt Haiti baby. This is the story in the Star.
Is this some kind of tutor to Alex?
I'm just... How long did you say she spent on the sunbed every day? You told me this.
I heard a rumor it's 18 minutes a day. That's what my doctor tells me.
She's going to look 110 in about a year, isn't she? So that, anyway, that was, to me, was rather more interesting than Haiti baby. 18 minutes a day, if that's true.
If that's true. It certainly explains the colour. Anyway, after the break, can an alcoholic ever have just one drink? Or does that take you straight back to hell? I mentioned earlier, I have heard people say it can be done, but can it? Maybe those who pull it off were never... It's bizarre, we're never real alcoholics to start with. 0207 173 5555 is the number for your calls, and we'll hear as many of those as we can after these ads. Back in a second.
Which newly sober star banned guests from drinking at his wedding? Eddie Van Halen, Eric Clapton or Sir Elton John? Find out in 3.